So Richard Dawes said his aim in life was to die young as late as possible. So it's not about life extension. It's about what people call health span, not lifespan. So the thing is to keep healthy as long as you can. And then part of the book is also about dying well as living well. So the aim is not to live forever, although there's a movement in America called regenerative medicine aiming to do that. But it's to stay as fit as possible, as able as possible, and as long as possible. So health span, not lifespan.
Okay, well, let's talk about this living well and bring you in on this, Diana Moran, because you have been very gently aging on our screens, but and I suppose you've come across attitudes to what people should be doing when they're older.
Attitude is really important. If you've got a good attitude, it's going to say to you, I can still do this. I am determined that I'm still going to be able to walk, play, associate with people, talk with people, still keep learning. I still keep learning at this stage. I paint a great deal. It is all a question of attitude.
I'm just wondering, some people might think it's slightly patronising, though, this idea. They're sort of thinking, well, I'm doing what I can and I'm very happy doing what I'm doing.
But the thing is, as we've just been hearing, if people have begun to look after themselves by the age of 30, I always think that 30 mark is an important one, the chances are, it's a bit like an insurance policy, the more you put into it as the years go by, the more there is to pull on when perhaps bad things do happen. I mean, in my instance, I had my cancer, but I was very fit in myself, and so therefore I was able to get over my illness more easily. And it does mean that by the time I'm now 76, and there's not a lot that I won't take on as a challenge. In fact, my kids say, Mum, you're more like a teenager these days, because I do have this positive attitude. I have kept fit, but I have to quickly tell you, I'm not a fanatic. I don't go running for miles and all this. It's moderation in all things, but regular activity.
Okay, so what sort of things would you both advise people to be doing?
Walk.
I set up a campaign called the National Campaign for Walking, particularly urban walking. I see Matthew Paris is now obsessed with his Fitbit and the walking. So urban walking is the most important thing, and people doing an extra 30 minutes a day walking. But the stamina you get from that is only one. There's 5 S's of fitness: strength, stamina, suppleness, skill, and psychological. So in the morning, is his S for psychological?
Yeah, something like that.
My memory's not as good as it was. So there's the 5 S's.
Physically in your prime, though.
The 5 S's of fitness. So I do 10 minutes every morning of the suppleness, skill, and strength exercises, and then the stamina you get from walking. Now, the other issue is mental and social fitness. Now, you see, we lump together 65 to 105. If the 70s stopped helping the neighbour, the NHS would collapse tomorrow. The voluntary organisations are run by people in their 70s, and the evidence we have is that the thing that's probably best for your health is to get involved in helping other people. Become a counsellor, set up a business, help your grandchildren. It's getting active in all ways.
Okay, Diana, for you, what would you advise people beyond walking?
It's making certain that I've got good flexibility and suppleness. But of course, let's just go back to the walking for a minute, because also women, particularly of my age, are going to be presenting with osteoporosis. So if we can do weight-bearing exercises, which is what walking is, we're going to help ourselves prevent osteoporosis.
I've been told there is an exercise you can do seated in a chair. We have internet cameras and things like that. Is there something can we have the green goddess in action in the studio?
Well, I'll tell you something that a lot of us these days are peering over the computer all the time, aren't we? Incidentally,
Please tell me about
as
it.
we get older, you've got to stay up, you've got to be computer literate.
Stand up too.
And stand up too. But so we can stand away from, can I do that here? Yes, I can. Stand away from the computer and now just roll your shoulders.
Muir's doing this
Roll
too. I feel that I
your
should be. Rob may
shoulders.
join us. We're
That's
rolling our
it.
shoulders.
Roll
in the
your
studio.
shoulders.
I can't
To
quite believe I'm
loosen.
doing this.
And then look over to the right, look back to the centre, look over to the left. And then, whilst you were sitting at your computer, but we've got to make certain that we keep the quadriceps, which is the front muscle here of the leg, strong. So either pushing yourself up from your computer or from your chair at home and stand and down. You've got a nice piece of music on and stand and down. But better still, put your hands on your thighs themselves, and now stand and really feel that muscle working. And
Even I can do this.
It's most important that we keep our bodies in good nick.